Hey, what's up everyone? Here's Sato again. This is a video tutorial how to set your skills for the assassin class in Blade and Soul to whatever you're gonna do. It could be PvP, PvE, dungeons. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to set up your skill points. So let's start with damage. This is pretty much to kill bosses. Like I use it a lot to do the machine tower. That is really useful, guys. So let's start with the LB. With the Mr. Slash, you guys might find little differences if you play in a different server that is not China, but it's not a lot. So let's start. Like you see here in the LB, I set 2 points. In the next one, we don't need the stun. We need this full damage, so we're gonna set 3 skill points over here. Now in the RB, that's the hair staff, guys. We're gonna set 4. If you guys have the hunting skill like me, you can set 7 in the first row, just like you see it in here. If you don't, just 4. In the F, the poison slash, guys, you're gonna set 2, just like you see it in here. That the trick with this one is you have to put 5 stacks of toxic to your enemy. Then when you throw this skill, you will deal extra damage. So if you probably hit like 5,000 of critical hits with this one, you will hit like 8,000 or 7,000. So it's the trick is that the enemy have to have 5 stack of toxic. In the F, we don't need anything here, so just forget this one. In the tab, forget this one too. In the flash out, we're just gonna need 2. In the number 1, we're gonna set 3 skill points because you can use this skill every 6 seconds, so it's really useful when you try to go in stealth mode. So it's really useful. You can use it every 6 seconds. In the number 1, if you play in China, set 2. If you don't worry about it, don't set anything here. In the number 2, guys, if you have the homing skill like me, we're gonna set 6. If you don't worry about it, just leave it empty. In the time bomb, if you play in China, set 1. If you don't worry about this skill. In the number 3, shadow slash, you're gonna set, if you play in China, 4 in the last one, in the last row, like you see it in here. If you don't, you guys gonna set 4 in the first line in this one. Now the trick with this one too is you have to stun your enemy, then throw the number 3. When you do that, you're gonna deal extra damage, and you gonna hit it twice. So you're gonna be able to use this skill 2 times. So it's really useful to kill bosses and do full damage. In the poison breath, you're gonna use damage too, so you're gonna set 3 skill points like you see it here. In the number 4, you guys, I recommend I use 1. Probably you guys don't have the same skill points like me. If you don't, just set 1 here. This is that you're gonna reduce the chi used for this skill. So normally without skill points it's 4, so if you set 1 it's 3, so just leave it with 1. And the mine, you guys gonna set 3 here in the last one, like you see it in here. The trick with this one, guys, that you have to use the air combo, then throw the mine, and you will deal extra damage. It's really good. In the X, the shuriken, you guys gonna leave it empty. In the shadow step, gonna set 2 like you see it in here in the first line to stun and deal damage. In the C, you guys gonna set 3 skills points like you see it in here. This is to resistant to a normal status, and also recover some health, the 20% of your health. And every time that somebody hits you while you're using this skill, you're gonna recover also 2% of your health per hit. So it's really good for dodging. The emblem, the same thing. You're gonna set 4 to dodge damage and recover chi. And the Q, you're gonna set 2 like you're seeing here. If you use this Q perfect, you're gonna enter in stealth mode, and your next hair stab gonna be a critical hit, so it's really useful. And the E, you're gonna set 2 like you see it in here. This is for the damage build. Now we're gonna see the PvP one. This one changed a little bit. In the missile slash, you guys gonna set 3. If you play in China, if you play in another server, Taiwan or Japan, you're gonna set 3, but in this line to get the bleed status. That is really useful for PvP. In the other one, in this one, we're gonna set 2 because we need this stun. So we're gonna set 2 like you see it here. In the hair stab, 4 like you had it before. In the poison slash, the same. In this F, if you play in China, you're gonna set 1. If you don't, just leave it empty. In this tab, we're gonna set 2 to get the spider web. That is really useful for PvP. In the flash out, we're gonna set 3. In the number 1, we're gonna leave it like we had it before. In the number 2, the same thing. I'm gonna repeat this in each build. If you have the homing skill, use it here. 6 points in the first line. If you don't, leave it empty. 1 in the time bomb. And this one we're gonna leave. If you play in China, you're gonna leave it like you had it before. If you don't, I recommend guys that you and the other servers have just 3 lines. So you can use the third one. You can use this one. You're gonna set 4 skill points there. That's to knock down your enemy, and you don't gonna let him use dash skills for 8 seconds. So it's really useful for PvP. In the number 3, in the banish step, you guys gonna set 2. This is for stun and also go in stealth mode immediately after you cast this skill. So it's really useful for PvP. And the poison, we're gonna change it to this line. This one, when you throw this skill, your enemy not gonna be able to use defensive skills for 8 seconds. So don't gonna, if you're fighting a Blademaster or a Kung Fu Master, he don't gonna be able to use the number 1 to cover himself, to protect himself. In this one, we're gonna leave it with 1, the same. In the mine, the same. In the X, we're gonna use it here in the smoke bomb. I recommend this one a lot because it's really useful, especially when you're fighting Swordmasters or summoners or casters, warlocks, because they throw you things, they throw you spells. So when you're inside this smoke bomb, you're never gonna be hit. So and you also recover chi, so it's really useful. In the shadow step, we're gonna leave it like we got it before. The C, the same, 3 points in the first one. And the emblem, I recommend 4, but if you guys play in China, you can set 2 and use the other 2 in another one. In the Q, we're gonna change it to the other one. In this one, they give you more distance to use the dodging skill, and also it's more easier to enter in stealth mode. And the E, the same. This is for PvP, guys. Now we're gonna see the dungeon build. This is for PvE, to kill a group of monsters at the same time. That people says that no, with the assassin you can kill a group of monsters. Of course you can. It's more tricky, like I always said. It's more difficult with a Kung Fu Master and the assassin, because those two are the most difficult classes in Blade and Soul to do PvP PvE, because it's not like same damage skills like the other ones. It's full combos and dodging and stunning is really difficult. Now in this one, we're gonna start with the mist slash with 3, like you see it here. We're gonna use the stun, 2 skill points, 4 in this one. If you had the hunting skill, well, just like you see it here. You don't, just 4. On the F, the same. And this one, don't worry about it. In the tab, don't worry about it. In the flash out, 2. And the number 1, the same. In this one, if you play in China, 2, like you see it in here. If you don't worry about it. In the number 2, the same. I repeat, if you have the homing skill, like you see it in here. If you don't set anything there. Time bomb 1. And the 3, you're gonna use, guys, 4 skill points in this one. I use 5 because I have the homing skill. If you guys don't have it, just set 4. The trick with this one is you have to knock down your enemy, then throw this skill, the number 3, and you will deal extra damage. And also, if you kill your enemy with this skill, this is gonna reset, so you can cast it as many times as you want if you kill your enemy. So it's even better than the Swordmaster skill or the Blademaster skill. You will deal more damage, and you can use it as many times as you want if you kill the enemy. So it's really good. In this one, we don't gonna use anything. In the poison breed, we're gonna use damage, 3 points here. This one we're gonna use 3 points in the last row. This is to deal damage and recover chi and do extra damage if the enemy is poison. In the mine we're not gonna set anything because we need to knock down the enemy, so nothing in the mine. In the shuriken we're gonna set 2 to recover chi. In the shadow step the same, we don't change that one. In the sea the same, we don't change that one. In the emblem we're gonna use 4. This one, the trick with this one is the same. You have to poison your enemy. You have to apply stacks, at least 1 stack of toxic. Then the enemy have to be inside the circle, and when you cast this you will pull the enemy to the center. So it's pretty much like the skill from the Swordmaster that he pull everyone to himself. It's the same thing. And the Q we're gonna use it in here, like you see it here, 1 2, and the E the same. So now guys, I'm gonna teach you each one. Like I always said, it's just practice. You just have to practice each build. This is only practice that you guys give it time, practice with each one. So with the damage build you will see it like this if you play in China, and if you don't, it's pretty much the same, just that change a little bit in some skills, but it's not a lot of difference. So you will see it like this, guys. So invisible, full damage, we're gonna stun, we're gonna use the air combo, throw the mine, boom, full damage, stun, number 3, and that's it. We kill it. Like you see, it's really good because it's full damage. Like I said, it's full damage, and it's really useful to do Mushin Tower. It's really useful, guys. It's only practice. With this one I'm gonna try the PvP one to show you the combos and the thingies. I'm gonna try to not kill her really fast, so you guys can see each skill, the difference with each skill. Okay, the first one. Look, I'm gonna hit the lady with this one. The Swordmaster don't use defensive skills. Look, I'm gonna use my smoke bomb, and she can hit me. Only she can pull me with that skill. Now with the F in China, you knock down with the F. In the other skills you don't. You just put the enemy in groggy status. Now I'm gonna show you guys the stun, the normal stun that everyone knows. Oh my goodness, the normal stun that everyone knows. You see the Q, when you use it perfect, you can cast that F and you go invisible. We're gonna stun him, we're gonna use the air combo, and there's the spider web. There you go. Then you can throw the mine, then you can go invisible again, hair stab, stun it again. So it's only practice, like I always said, guys. It's only you guys practice the builds, practice with each one. And that's it. I kill it really slow to show you guys each skill. So on the last one is the dungeons, but I'm gonna use that one at the end in the 3rd floor here in Machine to show you how to kill a group of monsters with the assassin. That people says that you can't, but yes you can. Now this is the damage build again. The first one that I told you guys. You will see them gonna kill that golem from the 2nd floor really fast. I'm gonna show you how I use it. Look, it's full damage. Damage, hair stab. Yeah. Look, you don't stun, you use full damage. Now the trick with this one, you will poison your enemy 5 toxics, then you can automatically cast your RB, your hair stab, and if you use the F you will deal extra damage. Whoa, lag. Let's kill this guy. Let's save our time. There you go. I'm lagging, but like you see guys, I kill it really fast. That's the damage build. It's only damage, full damage, critical hits, critical hits, critical hits, and you also recover a lot of chi with this build. So it's really useful to, especially to this tower, to machine tower, that you need to kill them really fast. And you know guys that for us, the people outside Asia, it's really laggy, so you will find this build useful guys. Now the last one is the dungeon for the PvE, to kill group of monsters at the same time with full damage and easily. So you're gonna call him. Yes, come here all of you guys. You're gonna set your flower, you're gonna use poison, you're gonna pull them, you're gonna use this thunder, boom, and they're dead. Now knock them down, and you see I kill it. Now I can constantly cast the number 3 like I tell you before. If you kill your enemy with that skill, you can cast it as many times as you want. There you go, it's dead. Now invisible. As you can see guys, it's full critical damage and I recover chi. Use this mine, knock them down, use the number 3, critical hit, and you can cast it a lot of times. The poison breed is full damage too. And the last guy, like you can see guys, I'm lagging right now too much, but like I always said before, it's full practice guys. It's only that you have to practice each build if you find it useful. So that's it guys. That's how I set my skill points for the assassin class. So I hope you guys find this video really useful. If you like the video, please share, follow, subscribe, and well guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching guys, and see you guys in the next video. I'm also gonna leave my Twitch channel. If you have some questions about any class, I can help you with that, or you can request me some more tutorials about any class you are playing in Blade and Soul. So well guys, that's it, and see you in the next video guys. Peace.